Good morning, everyone. We are coming to you live via Facebook streaming, YouTube streaming, and also via Skype. Each one of you is welcome to this live streaming. Sutras of Vigyan Bhairava Tantra be seen under all changing circumstances. Life is a flux. It never remains same next moment. Heraclitus says that you can never enter the same river twice. Morning comes, starts with sunrise. Sun starts moving. The temperature changes. Morning changes into noon, noon changes into afternoon, so on and so forth. You are born as a child, child becomes the baby becomes child, child grows. Do you remain same under all circumstances? Have you ever observed you feel love for someone? There is a deep upsurge. You are filled with it. You are overflowing, pulsating. Every fiber of your being is pulsating with that surge. And the moment you go and say, I love you, it has disappeared. I give you a cup of tea to taste. You are eating, you are drinking the tea, you are filled with it. The moment it is finished, the taste that you was enjoying that moment is your memory. Have you ever observed? It may not be there now. It will exist only as a memory. Your childhood memories are there. Your teenage memories are there. It was there when it was happening, and it is not there now. The very fact that you have asserted it, made it manifest, has made it enter into the realm of change. When you felt it, it may have been there deep in the essence, but when you bring it out, you manifest, you are bringing it into the pattern of time and time. Remember, I am not using the word space. Space is a function of time. Time is relevant, not the space. And the movement science has coined a new term, spatio-time. Its movement is curvilinear. It both is curve as well as linear, straight line. The very fact that you have asserted it, made it manifest, has made it enter in. The moment you express something, as long as it is part of you, it is in the timeless dimension, timeless zone. The moment you assert it, you manifest it, you bring it out into the changing pattern of time. It is entering into the river. When you say, I love you, by then, the moment the word, the sentence is spoken, much water has flown under the bridge. I love you. you have entered the zone of time, the changing, in the changeless phenomena. So by the time you say, it is no more there. When you say, I love you, by then the sentence is finished. That surge is of a different nature. It may have disappeared completely. So it is so difficult. But if you observe, it will become a fact. That is why Heraclitus says you cannot enter the same river. And I tell you, you can never meet me again. Because I am revering, moving at a pace. So one moment ago, I was different, now it is different. But you do not see that minute change because you are so engrossed into the changing phenomena that you have no taste of that which never changes, which is never born, never dies, which is eternal, unmanifest. Then you can look in the friend, there is a stranger. In a stranger, you see the friendly moments as well. If you remain same, there is something changing on the circumference, but something remains eternal that never changes. The you that is eternal, that is within you, that you are, that was never born, never died. That remains the same. It was the same when you were a baby, when you were a newborn, when you grew as a child, as a teenager, as an adult, youth. Yes, certain things changes. There is something that never changes in you, and all the change happens on this center. You can understand this very well with an example of the wheel. Wheel cannot move on its own. You can roll it, but its movement will not be automatic. For that, it must go on an axle. Axle remains unchanged. The wheel moves, and with the wheel constantly moving, you cover a distance. And that's what you keep on doing. So, on the periphery, there is a change. Your body, its appearances change. As a baby, the mustache and the beard did not grow, was not there. With the passage of time, it grows, but its seed is there in it, in you. In the same way, if you remain, there are two, the time, how do you measure time? There is someone honors you, next one dishonors you, someone appreciates you, next one criticizes you, a constructive criticism or destructive for no reason. There is no reason to say anything, but the person has to assert. So if you remain the same in honor and dishonor, who is honored and who is dishonored? You. Are you being honored and dishonored? What is you? Is your hand you? Is your mind you? Is your eyes you? Is your face you? Is your body you? Do you know what is you? You are that center on which all these things are happening. All these changes are continuously taking place with as time moves, as the wheel of time too swiftly it moves, goes on mopping as it rolls. No power can its fury ebb. Neither Alexander, nor Hitler, nor Mussolini could roll back the passage of time that is constantly moving, is rivering. Time rivers. We say time is moving from a timeless zone to an ephemeral zone. Who is honored and who is dishonored? You? Never. Only that which is changing on you. And that which is changing is not you, but you are identified with that. Someone honors you, says something pleasant to you, something appealing to you. You like that person. And one who dishonors you, who criticizes you for obvious reasons, you have to understand why this person is criticizing you. Is there any logic? Is there any basis for that? Most of the cases you will find there is no basis for it. It's just for the sake of asserting the superiority. One does that. If someone says, you have to analyze it whatsoever. And I give you a very beautiful example of George Gurdjieff. Gurdjieff belonged to a nomadic society. He was of an Armenian descent. His father was, that comes from a tribe that has no permanent residence. They keep on moving in search of jobs, in search of work. They go and settle their communities in a certain place, stay there for some time, then move from there. Some of them are artisans doing different kind of works. So when his father was dying, he said, I do not have anything to give it to you. Only experience of my life is condensed in one sentence. When anger is coming to you, postpone it for 24 hours. You may not understand it now, but the moment you will understand, your life will transform. Gurdjieff started practicing that from the very moment it was told him. Someone says anything to dishonor him, he will say, ma'am, whatever you have said, I have to take time to introspect, and then I will come back and respond to you. I'll take 24 hours and then I'll come back and respond to you what you have been saying about me. Sometimes he would never go because 24 hours gives him an opportunity that whatsoever this person is saying is right, is or not, where it is coming from. Is it coming from, this comment is coming from jealousy or genuine? If it is coming from jealousy, that the person feels jealous of your progress, so there is no need. He needs compassion. He needs compassion, your compassion. And if what he is saying is right, then you can thank him right there where you are, and you can correct it. You don't need to go and tell him that the most important thing is this, that you correct it right away, that mistake. So I like the people who keep on pointing out my mistakes. They are doing a great job to me. They are like those who are editing. You have written a post, on that a comment comes in. It gives you an opportunity to say, number one, something about that person, his level of understanding, and at the same time, if there is a mistake, you can correct it right away. So they are in a way editing your work, editing your way of life, editing it. So sometimes the person says that you said that you will come back after 24 hours, but you did not. He said, no ma'am, whatsoever you were saying is right. And if whatsoever you said is right, I thanked you already, and there is no need of complaining. Someone honors you. If you take it that he is honoring you, you will be in difficulty. You will take it for granted that he will honor you all the time. For instance, if you are a good cook, so you have made a particular dish that the person likes it, appreciates it, and honors you for that. So you will take it for granted that everything that you do, he will honor you in the same way. For instance, you had made a dish that is liked by this person, may not be necessary that it will be liked by someone else. You had made a dish, a vegetarian dish, that is liked by this person and he honors you. Next time you make a non-vegetarian dish, you are expecting the same kind of honor being showered on you, praises, accolades over you, but that person is a vegetarian. He cannot appreciate that. So if you take it that he is honoring you, you will be in great difficulty. He honors you for a particular manifestation out of you. He is honoring you for a particular kind of manifestation out of you. Manifestation out of you. He is not honoring you. How can he know you? How can he know you? A person knows you through your manifestations only. The way you conduct yourself, the way you respond to a particular circumstance and situation, the way you answer a particular question, this is how the person knows you. You do not even know yourself. He honors you for a particular manifestation. He honors something which has come into your changing personality, manifesting out of you. It has come onto the surface. This I am speaking. Before the speaking began live streaming this morning, you did not know what am I going to say. All you know that this person is whatsoever he speaks, it is meaningful. So you are expecting. So you are familiar with the changing phenomena in me. Today I am speaking on this aspect that appeals to you. Tomorrow I may be speaking on Upanishads. That is not your cup of tea. You will not appreciate that. So you are appreciating all that is manifested, that is the changing phenomenon. Tomorrow I may go and speak on Buddha, but you are a Christian, so how can you like Buddha? The moment you start liking me the way I am, whatsoever comes out of you is you honor it, you respect it. Then your appreciation has moved from circumference, from the manifested reality to unmanifest existence. There are those who listen to my talks because they come from the Sikh religion, so they like my talks and appreciates and like the posts on Sikh religion. There are those who like what I speak on Sufism. Someone else likes the post. So they choose a certain part of you, that manifestation. It's like 6 blind men went to explore the concept of elephant. One got hold of the leg. He thought elephant to be pillar-like. The one who got hold of his tail said elephant is like a rope. And one who got hold of his trunk said because trunk moves. She said elephant is like a snake. They only saw a part of the manifestation of elephant. Because of their blindness, they only considered it that. So there are many who likes whenever a post is posted on Sufism, this particular person will like that. If a particular post is related to Lalaji that he knows, he will appreciate that. There will be a like coming from him. So they are looking what this man is talking about. The moment I talk on Tantra, no. Those persons will not read, will not post like. There are rare individuals. It does not matter to him what I am speaking on. Whether Sufism, whether Nanak, Buddha, Heraclitus, Lao Tse, Balshain, or Bahauddin, or Patanjali or anyone, for him it is important that I am speaking. He is listening to me, and that his horizon of understanding widens. He honors a particular manifestation. He honors something which has come into your changing personality. Manifestation means that has come into your changing personality. You are kind, loving. He honors it. You may be kind and loving in a particular situation. He honors it. But this kindness and the love are just on the periphery. You appreciated the dish that I made, but all the dishes that I make, you may not like. And that is sure. Next moment, you will not be loving. You may be filled with hate. You are filled with the food when you are hungry. You will appreciate the food that comes in front of you on a platter. You will eat what you like. But the moment you are satiated, you will develop a kind of aversion from the food. You do not want. You move the plate away from you. When you are hungry, you will move the plate towards you in the close proximity. Observe it and analyze it for yourself. Next moment you will not be loving. You may be filled with hate, aversion. There may be no flowers surfacing, only thorns. You may not be so happy. You may be just sad, depressed. You may be cruel. You may be angry. Then he will dishonor you. If something that appeals to him, that comes in the changing zone of your being, he will honor you, otherwise not. That's what happens. If my post, this particular post, appeals to you, you will like it. You will post jiffies and other things, write an appreciative comment. Next moment you will not, if it does not appeal to you. So am I going to be affected by this? Or how many people like my post? I know if I am writing a post on food, this particular person will like it. Now, over the passage of time, it has happened. This person starts liking the posts outside her zone. Like if you are in the beginning, was liking only the posts relating to the food. Now you have come out of that zone, start liking other posts also. But there are those who are stick to that. If a post is coming on Lalaji or his photograph is posted, they do not know Lalaji at all. But the moment Lalaji's name is there, whatever is uttered in his name, you will like it. If I say something, that's why Osho says, whatsoever I have to say, I say through the mouth of Buddha, then Buddhists like it. When I say it through the mouth of Mahabir follower likes it. When I say it through the mouth of Nanak, the Sikhs likes it. So at times this is done. At times a time comes in the life of the master in the process of transformation that he does not bother. If you want to listen and you are concerned with your transformation, you will listen to whatsoever I am saying. You will begin to move from this periphery, circumference to the center. And once you enter into my center, in a way you are entered into your center. You have started looking at that which never changes in you. The moment you start appreciating, liking whatsoever comes out of me, it is the changes happening on the axle, the center. So in a way you are trying to move, connect to the center. And the moment you are connected to my center, you are connected to your center. This is what happens according to Tantra in love making. You have come out of you do not know your center, you have not known your innerness, so you are entering into the innerness of the other. You may call it sex, but in a way you are entering into the timeless zone of the other. And the moment you enter in the timeless zone of the other, you will get the taste of your own timeless zones. Zone that never changes. This is why it is said, sex is not mere sex, it is the urge. It is the insatiable quest to discover the unchanging phenomena, the phenomena that never changes, eternal in you. So you cannot do it on your own, so you are doing it through the other. You cannot do it through the meditation, because meditation is, you are just sitting yourself, you are trying to connect to that unchanging phenomena, that eternal phenomena in you. You are not familiar with it, you are not comfortable with it, so you like to go into devotions, singing, bhajans, the religious songs. You go into that, so you are entering into through the manifestation, into the timeless zone of that person. That is a way to connect. You may be sad at a particular time, depressed, you may be angry, the person dishonors you. Then again, the loving manifestation happens. Today I posted a post on cooking, you like it. Tomorrow I posted a post on Naqshbandi Path, Shah Bahauddin. That is not your cup of tea, you will not like it. You honor the person according to your own likes and dislikes. You honor and dishonor the person according to your own likes and dislikes. What you are familiar with. When you are going to a restaurant, the menu card comes in front of you. You will choose those dishes which you are familiar with. Very rarely, traditional people do not like the non-traditional dishes. They go for the same dishes that they are accustomed to eating from the childhood. Somehow or the other, you start liking, experimenting with new dishes. You find it interesting. Then everything changes in you. In the same way, you are accustomed with a particular manner. You accustomed saying that if something, the bad thoughts, depression or something comes in you, and you come from a Christian background, you will say Lucifer does it. Whereas there is no Lucifer. Your mind is your Lucifer. And Uncle Shakespeare says, these thoughts are traitors in you. So, it happened with Jesus also, but Jesus was aware. It said when he was in his intense sadhana, austerity, Lucifer came to him to distract him. He said he was on the mountain top. Lucifer said, it is said in the scriptures, and we consider this was truly happened. Lucifer came to him and told him that. That's what Christians believe. That's where their thinking is, cannot go beyond to this, from the surface to the inner realm. He said, it is said, Lucifer told him, it is said, if you are the Son of God or the messenger, God will protect you. Jump from this hill and you will not hurt. God will protect you. You will listen to Lucifer as you normally do. Someone has to be there to tell you that there is no Lucifer. It is true. It is written in the scriptures that God takes care of his beloved ones. But it is also written in the scriptures, you do not test the God. Because you are telling me God will protect you, I know he will. But there is no need for me to put myself into the situation for testing him. It is said that in troubles, God will protect you. So do not put yourself knowingly into trouble to test him. It will not happen then. But if it happens for certain reasons, you will be protected. So we live according to our own conditionings, that this has been told to us, we are living. So the wheel keeps on moving. Time never remains the same. From sunrise to sunset, the light does not remain the same. The temperature does not remain the same. The globe does not remain the same. The temperature is highest at the noon hour. The sun is at the peak. The heat is more than in the evening or in the morning time. Remember this. Remember that they are not honoring you. The person who is appreciating, liking your post is not appreciating, is not honoring or dishonoring you. They are honoring and dishonoring what manifests out of you. So, I am not affected by, I am not interested in who likes my post and who does not like. This is your choice. I have expressed myself knowing that in a buffet, when you go to a restaurant for buffet, many dishes are made keeping the widespread taste of the people in mind. There are people who are vegetarian, there are people who are non-vegetarian, there are people who have a sweet tooth, there are people who like alcohol. So all these things are provided. The buffet is prepared. So my situation is a spiritual buffet. I offer you a spiritual buffet. Choose what you like, and what you don't like, it does not affect me. You will choose according to your own conditionings, your own tastes. They cannot do either because they do not know you, they and at the same time they cannot know you. If even you are not aware of yourself, if even you are not aware of yourself, how can they be? So sometimes you are not aware of your own inner qualities. How can others be? They have their own formula, they have their own theories, they have their own measurement and criteria to judge you. They have their own touchstones, and they say, if a man is such and such, we will honor him. If a man is such and such, we will honor him. And if a man is such and such, we will dishonor him. Someone said, why this man always talks about sex? Because this is the basic. Why this particular dish is made every day? Because this is the common dish, common denominator in each one of you. In a buffet, if it is an Indian buffet, two things must be there: the rice and the naan. Then, as a customary, you must have a dish made out of paneer. If in your buffet you do not have a paneer dish, certain people will be turned off. So this is a business strategy, a marketing strategy. So you choose your combinations. You must have a salad, you must have a naan, a rice, vegetables, one or two, meat items, and the other things all are complementary. So if a buffet has all these things, keeping the broad cross section of the persons who are coming there, your buffet will be appreciated. You will have a greater number of persons visiting your restaurant. So they act according to their own criteria. You know, you must go to that particular restaurant because their food is, they have a variety of the foods. When I go there, I get all those things that I like. I go to the restaurant because I get the dishes, the items that I like. So you go there. So they act according to their own criteria. So the person is not there to try something new, is after a certain period of time, he gets confidence. He accustomed knowing a particular vegetarian dish called dal makhni. So he goes there for dal makhni. Next day, next buffet, there is something else. For the first instance, he may not choose the next item because he knows only dal makhni. But eventually, with the passage of time, it may happen when he develops the confidence in that restaurant, in their buffet menu, then he said, if someone says, try this is also tasty, then you will take this for granted. When this man can make a dal makhni good, tasty, then this should be tasty also. I am not paying anything extra for it. It is part of this. So if I don't like it, I am not paying anything extra. I can change my dish. He will try it. But otherwise not. So everybody acts according to their own criteria, and you are never near their touchstone, only your manifestations. Then they can call you a sinner one day, a saint next day. They can call you a saint today, and next day they may go against you, stone you to death. What is happening? They come to contact with your periphery, not in contact with your center. Remember this, that whatsoever they are saying, it is not about you. So when someone insults you, do not take it to heart. They are only reacting to the surface. You have said something. You have posted something. I will tell you a Zen anecdote. A young monk lived near Kyoto. He was very beautiful, young, and the whole town was pleased. They honored him. They believed him to be a great saint. Then one day, everything turned upside down. One girl became pregnant, and she could not tell her parents the name of the father. So she told her parents that the monk was responsible for this pregnancy. So the whole town turns against him. They came and they burnt his cottage. It was morning, and very cold morning, a winter morning, and they threw the child onto the monk on his lap. The father of the girl told him, "This is your child, take the responsibility." The monk simply said, "Is it so? Is it so?" And then the child started weeping. So he forget about the crowd. The monk forget everything about the crowd and what they were saying. He began caring for the child. The crowd went and destroyed the whole cottage, burned it down. Then the child was very hungry, and the monk was without any money, so he had to go on begging in the city for the child. Who will give him anything now? Just a few moments before he was a great saint, and now he is a great sinner. Who will give him anything now? Wherever he tried, they closed the door in his face. They condemned him. Then he reached to the same house, to the house of the girl. The girl was very much distressed. And then she heard the child weeping and crying, and the monk standing there, just saying, "Don't give anything to me, I am a sinner." But this child is not a sinner. You can give milk to this child. Then the girl confessed that just to hide the name of the real father, she had taken the name of the monk. He was absolutely innocent and not guilty. So the whole town turned around again. They fell at the feet of the monk, started asking for his forgiveness. And now what you will do? in that situation. You say, okay, okay, all right, that's okay, that's okay, not no problem. And the father of the girl came, took the child back with eyes wet with tears, and said, "But why did not you say it so? Why did you not refuse in the morning? The child does not belong to you." The monk, you know what did monk said? The monk is reported to have said simply, "Is it so?" In the morning he has said, "Is it so?" Accepted the blame. Now again he said, "Is it so?" He accepted the honor. The child, this child belongs to me. And in the afternoon he said, "Is it so?" The child does not belong to him. But he still said, "Is it so?" This is how the sutra goes, applies to life. In honor and dishonor, you must remain the same. You must remain the same under all changing circumstances that happen in your life. The innermost center must remain the same whatsoever happens to the periphery, irrespective of what happens on the periphery. The periphery is bound to change. You must not change. And because you are to the periphery and the center, that is why opposite, contradictory terms have been used. Be the unsame same. The unsame is used for the changing phenomena, the periphery, and the word same is used for the center. And you apply the technique, you can apply this technique to all opposites in love and hate, poverty and richness, comfort and discomfort. In anything you remain the unsame same. Just to know that change is happening only on this periphery, you will find that it is not affecting you. Only this much for this morning. Until tomorrow, take care and do have a pleasant day.